Hello, and welcome back to my playthrough of GTNH. It is December 24th, and we are chilling in the bottom of the West Tower. As you see, got my Christmas garb on. Saw a little random video, I believe the YouTube Creators 3, same guy who did the tutorial for automating Thumbcraft, which was very helpful. I highly recommend it. But he also has a video of like useless tips, and one of them I did not. I'm glad I saw it when I did, because while you have the little Christmas boxes lying around, you can craft the boots of Christmas spirit. So crafted those and all this stuff. Just need a little Botania done to be able to do this. Basically, just a mana pool, but. Anyways, for actual progress for the day, not too much. As I've said a few times, and it feels kind of goofy to say, but a lot of time I spend most of my time playing at work. Today was only a half day for me, luckily, so didn't have too much time to do, and then I just kind of been wrapping gifts and all that jazz. So I did a little bit. I did get a little bit done though. So, and sorry, it's a little darker because I don't have my night vision on, and I've not done a good job of keeping up with my lighting. The monster repellers have made me lazy, I guess would be the word, or oh, I have a safe feeling. I have a high trust to this world at the moment. Should I lose power, that would be rough. But anyway, so yesterday when we left off, I had this part done where it was full of energy and had the air filters going. So I have not done this on the other tower, but this is the general idea of what's going to be going on. So we've got this battery, and then back here, we've got a bunch of P2P networks on this little sub network. We got it powered right here. That just goes straight up the tower, and it's going to be hard to see because I actually went through and constructed all the stairs inside this tower. I don't know, in the last few days I've been feeling very cosmetically oriented. I think it's because I've been waiting on stuff a lot more than I usually do. But this red dense cable goes all the way to the top, and I haven't actually hooked all these up yet, but each one of these clones side to one of the different Labotron batteries that I've got, or Labotron supercapacitors up on the floors up there. But currently I've only hooked up two. And there's a reason, not the reason for only hooking up two, but I hooked up two because I did do some upgrades. So that's the general idea of what we got going on. Oh, I guess it was nighttime. I didn't realize that I was down here messing around with stuff. You have to take the stairs, because I don't have flight at the moment. I also, when I constructed all this, I kind of forgot to put actual staircases in, because I'm used to having step-up assist, which these Christmas boots do not. Anyways, just hop on up here. I didn't do anything on this floor. I think it's the next floor. Nope, not this floor either. Keep going, keep going. So, yeah, over here. So, no, wrong floor. Sorry, this is the lower platinum line. I did work on the upper platinum line, right? Yeah, that's the Monzonite line. And what I call the upper platinum line. So it is a little dark here. I'm actually gonna have to swap out for some night vision just for a few seconds. So we got going on here. So if we were to follow up, you can see over there the red dense cable that I was talking about comes over here, comes in, powers this battery. The reason I did this line is because specifically I wanted to speed up not this line, but this line down here. So as I've been kind of saying for the last few days, my goal was to get towards being able to craft 13 fusion reactors. I don't know why I typed 13 fusion reactor, which at the time one of the limiting factors for me was ruthenium dust. which actually not here. Where was it? Oh, it was the fusion coils, excuse me. So the actual fusion reactors I was fine with. I could craft those. But basically, there was a bunch of things I corrected on the fusion reactors as well because I was short iridium, for example. So I had to, a couple days ago or over the weekend, I fixed this guy up to be able to run again because it had actually seized up, amongst other stuff. So I've just been going through and all the different components, seeing what I don't have enough of and adjusting the system, upgrading storage and whatever to be able to do it. So it's actually the actual fusion coil blocks to be able to use those. It's actually 14 I want, but I already have one of the controllers made. So 32 times 14, we get ourselves up to 48. I'm still short 14k ruthenium, but we're up to 19k. So we're the fixes I made earlier are working because I was stuck right around 5k. That's because all this had both seized up because there was like a output issue that I corrected, as well as I sped it up. So all this was running on EV. And yeah, you can see right here, I was going LEV to IV to EV, transforming all the way down. So all this stuff got upgraded to ZPM. So big upgrade speed-wise over here. And we can see it's working, I believe, for my ruthenium. I actually had a huge backlog of specifically ruthenium tetraoxide. So that's all run its course. So now, realistically, what I need to do is speed up the front half, which I haven't done yet because I had such a backlog. I started with that first and then now I gotta fix this because there are other backlogs and other things backed up, so I didn't really put a priority on stuff I had plenty of already. But as we can see from that, I still need more. So yeah, I basically came across here, everything up to this point is EPM. These pyro, or keep calling them pyro, these volcanuses are not used anymore. For a while, I used to passively make Verdit over here. And then if you remember a few months ago, I was complaining about having pattern issues. That was all because of this guy's interaction. So I basically have decommissioned these. Maybe later if I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like I realize I can use these elsewhere and like not recraft things and not quote unquote waste resources. But since resources for all intents and purposes are infinite, it's just a matter of getting the processing better. I kind of like to leave machines up. Sorry, I just smacked my mic. I like to keep machines up if I can, just to kind of almost like donate passage of time and like see, there are some lines I've like redone and reset up to like utilize the space, but realistically, this space is full of whatever's going to actually be in here. So I will probably just leave these derelict as kind of like a, hey, I used to use these kind of point at them. But yeah, anyway, so all these machines were upgraded to speed up that throughput. Then on the, I believe it's literally just the next floor up. Yes, my netherite line, which is the next backlog. I did the same thing, brought new power in. This is technically still got a, funnily enough, this isn't power in, this is actually power out. I don't normally do them right next to each other like this. This is just, I don't know, I was being weird. That technically powers the Nequadia line right now, as you can see at LUV. But upgraded this to ZPM, which in turn, all these were running at IV, and then some of them were overclocked. Now they're all running at ZPM. So I did leave the same things that were overclocked before. I figured I had them overclocked for a reason. So honestly, they really don't need to be overclocked because this whole process is still incredibly slow. I did also change out one machine. I swapped this from being a vacuum freezer to being a cryogenic freezer. I also went to the nether to add more input hatches, and then also add higher tier pumps to those input hatches so that I can get more nether air. I know I remember seeing somewhere on Reddit somebody asking how to like set up and like power their vacuum freezer long term over there. Don't. You can literally just put the air intake hatches attached to no welty block with a pump and a pipe, put them to an ender tank, and boom, you can put them to higher tier machines where your regular power is. You don't need to mess around with setting multi-blocks up in the nether at all. Just air intake hatch, pipe, ender tank, boom. But yeah, ultimately, this is still a pretty slow process. This is something that honestly, I'll probably keep this line going and set up as it is, but I do need to essentially set up a mass version of this where I've got multiple, and probably sit down and do the math, so I'm not just wasting space. I want to use one building over there, but get enough of all this stuff running so that it constantly runs and I don't have like this machine turned off ever, or this machine or this machine. I also technically upgraded this. Oh, Jesus. Upgraded this from a regular distillation tower to the Dangote one. So that was that. And then all these are new. I swapped from the IV version to the ZPM version of the single blocks. And this is just the end of the netherite line where we keep this guy filled first with netherite waste, and then it goes over to the dehydrator or mixer. I can't remember the order of the netherite line, but it goes to one of these two blocks to continue the process, which at the moment, if I go over to here, we're up to 4,000. So I started the day in the 2000s, I want to say. I don't know. It's very slow. Like, this is like, I guess it'd be 1,000 over the course of approximately 5 hours. And I believe to get the fusion coils, or so fusion blocks. So if I go 14 single fusion reactors, I need, and then wall share, I go to the fusion casings Mark II. This is where I need the netherite. I basically need roughly a little over 1,000, so let's say 1,100. I'm still missing 1,400. So realistically, once this runs overnight without me touching anything, it should be fine. However, I also am debating between whether I want to set up that or just go straight to the compact reactor, which I am currently working on crafting the tier 1. Where is it? Down here? And you can see, and we can see what I've been talking about, where areas where I do need like improvements on the base are specifically circuits. And then what isn't seen from this is I also had a long time where I was waiting on crystal processing units. As you see, this craft has been going for 7 hours. So it's a good sign that the base hasn't had any power issues in the meantime, but 7 hours to craft something, especially kind of depressing, because that compact fusion reactor 1 is literally just going to go right into the research station to get or technically the scanner to start to be able to craft the Mark II, which will probably also take forever to craft, just to get thrown into the scanner to make the Mark III. So just a lot of resources in 7 hours for an item. Well, realistically, going to be what? Probably like 10 hours by the time it's done for something that I'm not even going to use. It's literally just going to hold it and then boom, gone. So I need to upgrade the amount of circuits I'm making, and that's over here. So over in those buildings, I wonder if this would kill me. I guess we'll find out. Whee! No, that's good. Like, it's been a while since I've, did I just freeze the water? I did. Oh, it's gonna heat up. Okay, sweet. That's fine. Just hop across the water here. I'm moving snow too. Over here, I did start the layout of the autoclaves, but I have not actually done anything. So I'm basically, once I upload this, I'm going to go make myself some hot chocolate, raft some gifts, and then if I do play it all tonight, it's going to be set up, at least the autoclaves, to passively process crystal processors. And I think I might leave it at that for the autoclaves for a while, and then move over to circuit assembler mass expansion. And then I figure I'll do that while I build up some netherite, and then once I'm waiting on the Mark II to craft, then I'll throw the netherite over here while I'm filling that time while that thing's taking presumably a good few hours to craft as well. But hopefully not as long, because we'll have expanded crystal or expanded circuit processing. So, or crafting. But anyways, whoops, let me throw the same hat back on. I do not know if I will have a video tomorrow, but because there's obviously doing Christmas stuff, but if I do end up playing and if I make enough progress to like warrant a video besides me just ranting for a while, I will definitely do it. If not, I will see you guys on Boxing Day. And I hope everybody has a good Christmas. So thank you for watching. Have a good night. Merry Christmas. And I will see you tomorrow or Friday. Goodbye.